We were jumping in the big pile of dry leaves and we were so happy, and life seemed so simple. There are so many great books that I haven't read. I feel like it's such a missed opportunity to go on social media and scroll through your feed instead of reading something really important to you. Also, I have been collecting leaves. Okay, my video is very chaotic, but welcome. Hey, I'm Dima, and today we are going to speak about digital fasting. How do I do it? How do you do it? What is it? And the big inspiration that it is coming from intermittent fasting with food. First of all, let me start with emotional exhaustion that we are encountering personally, but also on the collective level. Every time that I use technology, I feel extremely tired. I feel extremely exhausted by the information overload that is happening, the conversation overstimulation, AI generated videos and photos, chats, missed messages, 300, 500 missed group messages. And that can really lead to some problems like a sleep problem or anxiety, eating disorder. And I noticed that I start distancing myself more and more from the devices that I have. And of course, I use devices for work, for personal life. But when I have some moment for myself, when I have some free time, I notice that I just, using devices is the last thing that I want to do. I just want to kind of go outside, read a book, journal. And I often think about our future. It's pretty uncertain what is going to happen in 10 or 20 years with our relationships, with the way we live life, with the way we work, with the way we connect with one another. And the problem these days is that when you go online, you see a lot of content that is like a noise. There are a lot of AI generated videos, a lot of oversaturated images, a lot of people saying different things at the same time, chatting at the same time. And I often feel like a bird in the wild forest, where the sounds, many different noises coming from different directions, and they are coming at the same time. And I notice myself that I start to kind of distance myself from that noise. So because of that, I check my phone less often, I use technology less often. I use it, of course, for my work, but in my free time, I try to spend as little time as possible using the devices that we all have. And it feels pretty isolating, distancing yourself from the digital space often feels like distancing yourself from society in general. And what I do instead, I actually journal. I write down my thoughts and feelings and different ideas. So I guess it's a mix of journaling and writing, also writing different stories about, everything. Also, I have been collecting leaves and just putting them in my writing book, in my notebook. And I found that really calming and really grounding experience, just going outside, and it reminded me of my childhood. I think my favorite experiences in my childhood were, it was fall and me and my mates, we were jumping in the big pile of dry leaves and we were so happy and life seemed so simple. So my solution can be very easy for those who are familiar with intermittent fasting. If you don't know, it's when you eat at a specific window that you create for yourself. For example, you fast for 16 hours and then during the period of 8 hours, you consume your meals, you eat. And the window can be bigger, it can be smaller. Sometimes I do OMAD, it is 1 meal a day, and that means that you will have 24 hours fast. And this concept applies on using devices, it applies on communication. For example, usually I'm done using technology by 8 p.m. and I start using it maybe at around 12. So for me, 8 hours window is more than enough for, to do all the work that I need to communicate with my family, my friends. Once I'm done using my devices for work or for personal life, I just want to go outside, or I want to journal, or I want to exercise, or I want to read a book. There are so many great books that I haven't read. I feel like it's such a missed opportunity to go on social media and scroll through your feed instead of reading something really important to you. First, you have to try intermittent fasting with food and see for yourself how it works. And then when you build up a little bit more patience, you can try that with digital devices. And believe me, that really works. Today is raining all day long. It doesn't stop. Another idea for you you can try is to to block 2 hours before bed when you don't use any devices. You keep them outside of your bedroom or outside of your room where you hang out before sleep. And that is really important, because once you are on your own with your feelings and your thoughts, or maybe you live with your partner, you can think, you can look around and you can see, oh, what else can I do instead of scrolling through the feed? Maybe I can clean a little bit in my room or at home. Maybe I can read a book that I really wanted to read. Maybe I can write my thoughts and feelings in my journal. Same thing works in the morning. Reserve 2 hours after waking up just for you, or it can be less, it can be 1 hour, where you don't use any devices. You just sit down with your thoughts and feelings. You make warm drink for yourself, like coffee or tea. You journal, you maybe exercise, but don't use your phone, don't use your laptop after waking up. And that is really helpful.